Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Football Time. And your boy is back at it again with another reaction video. Today, your boy's got 5 things that won't work anymore in college football 27. It won't work. Shout out to the man himself, Eric Rayweather, once again. You know we always react to his videos and you guys seem to love it, so I appreciate all the love and support on those. Yeah, we gonna see. Hey, for a lot of you guys that like to spam the same play every year, this might be one of those years where you can't do that no more. Now the defense has been overhauled and it's more of a defensive game from what I've been hearing. So we shall see. I cannot wait to hop into this. Before I hop into this though, I need you guys to give your boy a huge like on this video. Go ahead and subscribe to your boy's channel if you're not already subscribed. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Let's go.
You've been playing either of the past 2 college football games, whether that be 25 or 26, there's a good chance some of your favorite strategies are about to stop working. And that might not necessarily be a bad thing depending on who you are, but if you use these strategies we talk about, you're going to want to start getting in the habit of learning some different things. Because after reading through all of their gameplay,
I always love these type of videos.
Some of the stuff players have been abusing. Whether it's rolling out every play or spamming the same concepts over and over, college ball looks like it's trying to force
those two, bro, I can't stand those.
Now, obviously, we need to play it for a longer period of time to know how effective these changes will be. But based on what EA is saying and based on what
that is true.
The 5 things I'm about to go over should be significantly weaker in college football 27. And we're starting with one of the biggest things that annoys probably most of the player base, and that is rollout cheese. If you've played college football or even Madden over the years, you've seen
this right here, the rollout. Now, I was guilty of it. Like, let's say Madden 21. I was definitely guilty of it. There's actually a couple videos on my channel. You know, make sure you check those out. But this right here, bro, especially when you're playing against someone, not too much on the CPU. CPU doesn't do it as much, but when you're playing against someone and they do the rollout with the quarterback, it irks me, bro. Like, it's like, bro, why are you running that far and then to throw a dot all the way across the field, or to find an open man because my defense is coming to the quarterback instead of staying back and allowing the rushers to get to him? Now it's a 30-yard or 50-yard pass and it's a touchdown. I am so glad that they are fixing this, bro, because this is definitely plagued, especially if you're a Madden player. This is definitely plagued the Madden community a lot, and I'm glad that they are fixing this in college football 27. Hopefully that extends to Madden 27 as well. Hopefully.
You call the perfect defense. Everything seems like it's covered for the most part, at least to the best of your ability.
Yep.
But then the quarterback rolls 20 yards to the right. They run backwards. They run around for 5, 6, 7 seconds, and then somehow somebody magically gets.
It's the worst, bro. You got the perfect defense. Definitely has.
And EA seems very aware of this, especially the lead gameplay dev, Scott O'Gallagher, because he added a ton of defensive changes this year to help with stuff like this. They've added things like plaster logic. They make zone defenders look for work a lot more.
Oh, yeah. The look for work thing is definitely going to be a big thing.
Against people that like to roll out and let the play break down over and over. In really simple terms, defenders are not going to guard grass nearly as much when the play breaks down. Instead of sitting in
yes, I'm so glad.
Find receivers and attach themselves to threats, especially on the back end. And you can see it in some of the clips here from my early gameplay videos, especially if you use your plaster logic settings and put them on aggressive in your coaching adjustments. As soon as a play breaks down, the backside coverage will do a better job at trying to match on and play man-to-man.
Thank you. You heard that? Them rollouts, you going all the way back to your own end, or you're running 20 yards to the right or the left. Those days are over with. So if you're that type of player, it's already going to be more of a defensive game from my understanding. You're going to crash out. You don't know what to do. You're gonna have to find some other way to get your guys open. You're gonna have to think now. And I think it's scary for a lot of us. That run the same type of plays. And all that. We actually gotta think, and it's not just the user for the defense for them looking for looking for stuff, looking for something to do. It also is with the CPU as well. So for the ones that like me that play against the CPU, they're going to be the same way. So it's not just like, oh, it's just an online thing or it's just you playing against a buddy. No, CPU's got it too. So I love this change.
To those backside receiving threats, which is going to make it a lot harder for people to roll out and hit a receiver as the play breaks down. For years, this was one of the easiest ways to generate offense without actually having to read the defense. You would just kind of try to survive long enough, let the play break down, and just hit somebody on a busted play. And that's honestly the most annoying way to give up yards. But now if you call the right defense, theoretically, it's
really
a lot
is.
harder to do this.
Because you always give up the biggest yards.
That should happen sometimes, but you shouldn't be able to live down to down like this anymore. And if you thought that was annoying, the next one is probably just as annoying, and it's quick snapping. And this one might surprise some people because technically quick snapping itself is nerfed, but the reason people quick snap could be one of the biggest additions this year, and honestly in the entire history of EA football games, is the new custom adjustments feature. Instead of making 15 defensive adjustments every single play, players can now save adjustment packages and apply them instantly. You can create custom defensive answers.
That's definitely huge. Custom adjustments is the biggest thing in both games.
Anything you can think of, and you can do this in your settings menu. And then when you're on the field, you can activate any of these preset adjustments with just 2 button clicks. So think about how many times you've seen somebody rush to the line because they know their opponent is trying to set up a bunch of adjustments on defense. That advantage may not exist nearly as much anymore if you take advantage of this new feature. If you on the defense can get into your look much faster, the offense loses one of its biggest weapons, the quick snap. So then the game becomes less about trying to catch your opponent off guard while they're in the middle of an adjustment and more about whether your play can actually beat their adjustment. So if I have a preset adjustment on defense for somebody that just loves to call a certain bunch play, I can just check into that immediately when I see that they're coming out in bunch, and I can have my defense instantly set up to stop the most popular tactics out of that formation. But it's not even just completely about custom adjustments. There's other things that factor into this, like the fact that quick adjusting in general has been made a lot easier this year. It takes less button clicks to make a certain adjustment than it did last year. Or say I'm playing someone that just loves to spam underneath routes. They just want to break the huddle, get to the line, snap the ball as quick as possible, and just throw
oh man, ain't gonna lie, I am one of them.
Well, with things like the new aggressive and conservative
That's me
feature, in 2 button clicks I can set my entire defense.
Bro, look at this.
And so if someone just wants to dump it down really quick all game and try to quick snap me, 2 button clicks, I have my whole defense on aggressive, and it's gonna clamp down on all those routes they want to abuse.
Bro, look at these.
And that brings us to number 3.
He's got literally nothing. He's gonna have force it.
Spamming the same plays, and I know a lot of people are happy to hear this, and let me be the first to tell you, there's still gonna be some good players that know how to spam plays, but across the board,
this one I might have even more things to say about. Spamming the same as fucking play. There's a couple things in life that irks my soul. This is definitely up there in that list. I cannot stand either watching someone spam a play or playing against someone that spams the 3 same plays. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's a lot of you online people. It's a lot of you guys that say, oh, it's the same game every year. Well, it's because you do the exact same play call every single Madden, every single college football. You don't look at any new plays. You just go with the plays that you know. Which is, look, and here's the thing. I'm not trying to say you can't have a favorite play. But you're spamming only 3 fucking plays. Of course the game is going to feel the same to you. Because you're not doing anything. You're not using any of the new playbooks, no nothing. You're just using the exact same play. And for the ones that always switch to another playbook before like you get into the game, I despise y'all. If you're gonna play with a team, play with that playbook. Don't be going, oh, I'm gonna play with Oregon, but I'm gonna use USC's playbook. No. Play with the Oregon playbook, man. You guys always complain about realism and shit. But here you guys do this bullshit. I'm sorry for the language. Ooh, boy, make me want to swing at somebody, man. All right, let's get back into it.
Player is not going to be able to do this anymore if you take advantage of the new defensive adjustments. And this is really the one I'm most interested to test, but based on all the stuff I've played so far and reading
Definitely.
EA has given us this year, we should have all
this one's gonna be the one that like if it can stop them, oh my god, this will go crazy.
Coverage this year, not just smarter defenders, but smarter football. They're adding more checks against things like bunch and trips formations, which you can access inside of your coaching adjustments. Yes, this is higher level stuff technically inside your coaching adjustments, but if you learn what does what, and trust me, plenty of people on YouTube will be breaking this stuff down when the game drops. If you run up against somebody that just has
I'm definitely watching
plays in their bag and that's it, a couple of coaching adjustments should be able to shut this down completely. And all these coverage adjustments are specifically designed to attack.
And then they're going to complain that the game ain't real or it's broken.
People are always going to find some kind of money plays. They're going to find ways around some things, but basically
yeah, there always going to be some type of meta.
So it's going to be harder for your average player to just spam 1 to 2 plays over and over and over if you put the time in to learn how to actually shut it down on defense. In the past, you could kind of have the answers on defense, but the coverage lacking the smarts that it does now would still sometimes hold you back. This year, that should be a lot less of an issue. Now, there is one part about defense that is going to be a little weaker in my opinion, and that is where we get to number 4, which is just mindlessly running press coverage. Now, you've seen this online. Some people want to press every play, especially when they blitz. They send the house.
Yeah, definitely.
6-man rushes, press man-to-man to jam up your receiver, and they just want to get to the quarterback quickly while your receivers are still trying to get off the press. Now, for years, press coverage has largely been about ratings. Who's faster, who's stronger, who's got the better press versus release. But this year, it sounds like it's a lot more about football than just the ratings itself. Because EA says receivers now understand where they actually want to win their release. A slant receiver wants inside leverage, obviously. An out route wants outside leverage. And defenders now have leverage tools specifically designed to fight those route intentions. This means pressing isn't just about pressing anymore. You actually need to think about how you're aligning. Because if you constantly play inside leverage against routes trying to win outside, you might actually be helping the offense. Likewise, if you understand what your opponent is trying to do, you can align your defense to specifically attack those routes. And on top of this, there's also just more hand fighting and jostling between the wide receiver and the DBs this year. So yes, press coverage can still work. You just can't mindlessly do it. You have to.
And I absolutely love this right here. The hand fighting looks so good.
Now, while all that stuff is important, this next one here is going to be very polarizing. It depends on which side of the community you fall on with this one. But the number 5 thing here is letting the game decide 50-50 balls. And this has been a very heavily debated topic for years now. A lot of people think...
Yeah, I definitely seen a lot of videos on this.
Throw a one-on-one, it's almost always going to be incomplete or intercepted. And then some people think 50-50 balls are one too much. Because a lot of people think if you throw up a one-on-one in a video game, you shouldn't really win those too often because technically your receiver isn't open. Whereas in real life, it's kind of up to the individual players who wins the ball. With the game, it's up to a dice roll.
Yeah,
no one really has say over
that's definitely true.
So letting the game decide who wins feels not really fair for either side. But this year, we have timing-based catching, and it's one of the biggest gameplay...
Yeah, a lot of people always consider it like scripted.
If you don't want to play with timing-based catching, if you want to leave it up to the game, you can still do that. But now,
see, once again, you can turn this off.
The user on both ends can determine the positioning and the timing. And if you can time it perfectly, you can almost guarantee a catch on either side of the ball unless there's like a big hit or something involved. Now, the timing window can be different based on a lot of different things, like the coverage, if it's double coverage, if it's a lockdown defender on you, if the receiver has a super high spectacular catch rating, the difficulty, the catch type, all that affects the timing window. But at the end of the day, on both sides of the ball, it's in your hands. Get in the right position, time it right, and you have a much better chance of winning both the jump ball on offense or getting the interception on defense. And hey, at the end of the day, if the control is in your hands, then you can't be mad at nobody but yourself. So instead of asking the game to decide who deserves the catch, EA is pretty much...
Oh, people are gonna find some way to blame EA.
Are all these systems going to work as advertised consistently? I've played the game for a little bit, and it seems like all these things work pretty well, but playing it for a longer period of time will prove it more confidently. And there's also going to be updates to the game, so they could go in and tweak some of these things too. But as of right now, these are the 5 things I think are going to take the biggest
definitely.
hit this year.
Because they did something like this last year where they tweaked some stuff.
Gameplay overall. And if you want an even deeper breakdown of all...
Alrighty then, another great video about Eric Rayweather. Yeah, for me, it's definitely the spamming of the same exact 3 to over. I did go on a little rant. I do apologize for that, but let me know in the comments down below which one are you looking forward to the most. Well, not looking forward to stop the most. There's a better way. Let me know, all y'all defensive guys out there, jump into the comments and we can talk it out. But I appreciate you guys for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.